up, everybody? I'm Sal Kalani. This is Reggie Steele. And welcome to Spitballin. Spitballin.
What's up, everybody? I'm Sal Kalani, and this is Reggie Steele.
And welcome to Spitballin. How you guys doing, man?
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
There
We were
it
supposed to
is.
have a guest today, our most famous guest yet, I believe,
To
right,
date.
Reg? To date, and it didn't happen, huh?
It didn't happen. He's busy. He's got a very hectic schedule right now. I mean, he just had a Super Bowl commercial air yesterday, and he's preparing for what he said is a very he's a little worried, nervous about his correspondence dinner.
Oh yeah, we got to get him before that.
Yeah, and he's also rehearsing for, this very popular, successful TV show that he's on Comedy Central called The Daily Show. So he and I've been going back and forth about it. Say what?
Motherfucker.
That's not easy. He's mad that we didn't get him for today.
Well, it was close, man.
These little sounds, I like it.
Yeah, it was close, man. He was right there. He was like, "Yo, man, let's get this done. Let's do it. But he's in New York, so based on the time frame, difference in time,
So when are we gonna get it? Are we gonna be able to get it before the correspondence?
Yeah, the correspondence dinner is not till April, I think.
Yeah, end of April. So you're promising everyone before that?
Yeah, well, he and I talked about, we'll talk in the next week or so. Right?
Motherfucker.
This guy. So yeah, man, but I'm excited.
I
saw him this weekend too, by the way.
Oh yeah, how is Roy Wood doing?
Man, he's doing great, man. I watched his set. This dude is a beast, bro. He was at Cobb's. The shows were sold out. And he comes with it, bro. He's smart, he's intelligent, and he's funny, and he has a very unique perspective and a great delivery and timing. Honestly, man, I was sitting there watching. I was so inspired. I was like, yo, I gotta get back on stage. And the thing is that I can't do what he does, right? Like I'm not even capable. Like the way his brain works, I'm just not built that way. But how good he is, that's the part that makes me go, oh, yeah, like being able to express yourself in a way that just resonates.
Yeah, and you still get that rush, no matter the material.
Yeah, no matter material. Like, we ain't all the same. Everybody do their own thing. And I admire and appreciate his technique and his style and the way he goes about doing things. Same thing with Dave Chappelle. I watch Dave and I go, man, this dude is brilliant. I love his delivery. I love his time. I love his content. I love his perspective. I love how he puts it all together. I'm not capable of doing it. That's just not my thing. But the idea of doing whatever it is you do that well is what really appeals to me. So
right.
Yeah, man. I was like, yo, this dude is next level, man. He has this one joke. If he comes to LA, I'm telling you right now, everybody who's listening and watching this podcast, if he visits your town, go and watch this dude. I'm telling you.
Roy Wood Jr.
Roy
say
Wood
his
Jr.
name at least once.
Yeah, Roy Wood Jr. I'm telling you right now, you will not be disappointed. You will walk out of that joint like happy, thinking, and feeling good and having a different perspective. Like you'll remember the jokes. It's like having a full meal. It ain't this fast food shit where it's like, oh, it tastes good for a moment and then you're hungry 15 minutes later. Like, no, you will feel good and you will feel full. And he has one joke at the end called about bubbles. All I'm gonna say is this: Bubbles. Go watching Bubbles. That's it.
Not the monkey, not the chimp that Michael Jackson owned. Bubbles. Different Bubbles.
Yeah, different Bubbles.
You ever see Eddie Murphy talk about that on I think he was on Kimmel, and he goes, you ever meet Bubbles? And Eddie's like, I met Bubbles once, but Bubbles a lot older. and he's like he had to put him in a cage, and Bubbles going and he's like, and Michael's like, don't go over there, Eddie. Don't do it.
It sounds like Bubbles got dementia.
Bubbles got old.
He's like, get me out this damn cage. I should be in the jungle. All right. So.
Oh man, that's funny.
And also got to see and hang out with another friend,
Jay Moore
of And one of my favorite movies of all time, Jerry Maguire.
baby.
Oh
That's like the
man,
only movie anyone knows him from.
dude.
Right?
Nah, I won't say that,
I
but
mean, that's his most famous one.
That's his most famous role. Bob Sugar on Jerry Maguire. Oh man, he killed that joint. And Jay and I've known each other for years, right? We've worked
so when's
together
he
in different
coming on the
states.
pod, dude? Jeannie Buss's fiance, huh? Woo,
Dude,
boy.
that's next level. Yeah. He's engaged to Jeannie
Dude.
Buss, the owner of the Lakers.
No, well, hold on. Hold the fucking phone.
Okay.
Everybody, pause. This guy is telling me he is friends, long time friends with somebody who's engaged to the owner of the Lakers. He's friends with this 2-time Oscar winner, and I still haven't met LeBron James. What the fuck, Reg?
Hold up though. Let's take it a step further. And I'm also friends.
Oh yeah, with the guy who used to coach LeBron.
With the guy who's still coaching. He's on the Lakers. He sits on the Lakers bench. My man Phil Handy.
Dude, went from Cleveland, I'm like the guy
1
who was
degree
in
of
Cleveland,
separation.
right?
Say what?
He was the guy in Cleveland, right?
He was the guy in Cleveland, and he was also in Toronto.
And he's with the Lakers. Come on, Reg, what the hell?
Dude, hold up though, real quick. Let me throw this out there. Shout out to my man Phil Handy for making it happen and really finding his groove. Because my man Phil got a championship with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and then he got a championship with the Toronto Raptors, and then he got a championship with the Lakers. He got 3 championships with cool. 3 different teams. Right.
I mean, that's cool too. LeBron, Kawhi, LeBron.
Yes. Yeah. So, and the thing about Phil too is, man, Phil, he's got a great story, man. But Phil is the guy who's responsible for all the footwork that everyone admired about Kobe Bryant. That's Phil.
So he used to work with Kobe?
Dude, he used to work with Kobe. He worked with Kobe and Gianna.
Why are we interviewing this dude?
Hey man, I could reach out to Phil and see what's up.
Yeah, come on, Reg. You got like this Rolodex of great material. So how's Jay doing it? Did you talk to him? He's doing good.
Yeah, man. Jay is doing great, man.
How was
Jay
his shows at the Punchline, I imagine?
Yes. Yeah. Shows at the Punchline. And Jay was on point. He was funny. He was great. He's in a transitional time in his life, man. He was and he talks about it on stage, but he's
like sexually?
No. Aren't we all going through a transitional time sexually all the time, right? Nah, man, he's clean. He's sober now. He's sober. He has his sponsor travels with him. And there was an intervention a few years ago, and Jeannie Buss was a part of that. His family was a part of that, and he admits it. He talks about it on stage, man. He was heavy into speed and Adderall, and I remember working with him, and I even said this to him. We were talking. I was like, "Yo, man, there was a couple times we were working together, where there were just I've never been around addicts in a certain way, so I don't necessarily recognize their patterns, but there were just a couple moments where he and I were interacting. I was like, oh, that's a little off or different, right? He was like, oh yeah, definitely. He's like, during that time, I was definitely doing whatever I was doing. So, but he talks about it on stage, man, and it's a very it's moving, but it's funny too, because he talks about gaining weight and being in there, and he's like, when you're not on speed or Adderall, you gain a lot of weight, right?
Yeah, I bet.
Because you're not moving as much as before. He was like, I was going all the time. So, but he's in a great place, man. He's in a great place. He's happy. That's the thing. Like, hanging out with him, he was happy, dude. Like, okay, I'm gonna share this story with you. So I get to the club. I'm sitting there. He's in the green room, and this guy walks in. This guy about 6'10", and I'm looking at him. I'm like, man, where do I know this guy from? And it dawns on me. I go, oh, that's the guy who played Kareem on Winning Time.
Oh,
right?
wow.
The building the Lakers dynasty, right? So he walks by, and I'm like, okay, I recognize him, but whatever. I'm sitting there waiting for Jay to come out so I can say what's up, because I didn't want to just barge into his green room. For all the comics who are listening, if you're not on the show, you cannot go in the green room. I don't care if you know the person, you get permission first, or you wait for the person to invite you. Rule number 1. So I'm sitting there chilling. Jay comes out, and I'm about to go over. And at that same time, the 6'10" dude walks by, and he goes up to Jay, right? And Jay sees him, and Jay's like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? They doing this whole thing. And I'm like, all right, I guess I'll go over here now because he's hanging out. So I walk over, and I'm just in his peripheral off to the side. And he does like this. He's like, yo, man, what's up, man? It's good to see you. And he looks over and he goes, pancakes. Oh, that's what he calls me.
Pancakes.
He calls me pancakes because I have this story.
That story with Patrice.
Yes, because of Patrice O'Neal story, right? He loves that story. So he goes, pancakes. Oh man, pancakes. He comes over, he hugs me. Oh man, how you doing, man? It's so good to see you, man. I miss you, man. I love you, Brett. You're right. And before I know it, he's like, yo, Dan, this is Reggie. Solomon, this is Reggie. Mitch, this is Reggie. Greg, this is Reggie. You know, he's just Jeff. This is He like introduced me to everybody. He's super excited to see me. I was like, yo, man. He was like, yo, man, come on in. And then he goes like this. He's like, come on in. He's like, yo, you gotta tell them the pancake story. He's like, you gotta tell them the pancake story. So now I just see this dude after having not seen him for a couple of years, right? A few years with the pandemic and everything. And now I'm in the green room and everybody is in there. It's like 8 dudes in there. And he's like, yo, tell them the story, Reg. It's great. This story is about him and Patrice O'Neal. And so I'm like, all right, well, I haven't told the story in a while, so bear with me. And I tell the story and guys are cracking up and they're loving it. And then I'm talking to the 6'10" dude. And I go, yo, man, what'd you play at? I go, did you play ball? He says, yeah, I played at Cal. And I go, wait, hold up. And he's like, Solomon. I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember when you were at Cal. What year? And he's like, 02 or whatever. And I said, well, I played at St. Mary's. And I asked him, I said, yo, do you know this dude? And he goes, man, I talk to that dude every day. I go, yo, that's one of my best friends in the world, man. I've known that dude for decades. So then he and I'm like, oh, man, wait, hold up. You know him, I know him. Oh, man, this is great. So, it was a great time, man. It was a great time.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. So yeah, Jay's doing well, man. He's happy, he's healthy, and yeah, I'll reach out to him.
We'll get him on the pod, dude, so we could meet LeBron. You'd be like that girl he sat next to. Did you see that? She always like, oh my God. And then he got a picture with her. All right, so the Super Bowl, buddy. Did you
Yeah, I'm smoking the Joe Burrow. You smoking on the Joe Burrow? I'm smoking on the Joe Burrow.
He was saying last
Motherfucker.
night he's smoking the Philly blunts.
Dude, I think that Pat Mahomes need to put a muzzle on his pops.
Oh, nah, dude. Let it rip. All these guys didn't believe in Mahomes, and he came through, and I'm happy for him. It's funny. I didn't really have a dog in the fight. I thought the Eagles were going to win because they've been kicking ass. But then everybody thought the Eagles, and then the fans started booing. They're all Philly fans, so they're booing Mahomes. They booed LeBron. They booed Man of the Year Dak when he got his award. They booed the refs when they came out for the coin toss. And I'm like, F these Philly fans. Go Chiefs. I hope Mahomes proves them all wrong. And then I even did like the little Fox sports bet, and I bet the Chiefs were going to win by 3 points, right?
Oh, nice.
And but you don't win. Like, you have to get like all these other weird things for it to happen. That was the only combination that worked out. But yeah, man, it was a good game. And all these Philly fans bitching about that penalty. Yo, man, the dude grabbed him. He even admitted to it afterwards.
Oh,
and it's like, if he didn't grab him, he probably would have had a touchdown. Right. So it's just like, don't grab the guy, dude. He admitted it. It's like, and he grabbed him like the first time it's okay because it's within the 5 yards. But then when he cut out towards the end zone, he grabbed him again.
Yeah.
And just enough. And that's the rules, man.
That's the rules.
It sucks, but it's just like he knows he did it too. It wasn't that ticky-tack.
Yeah. I watched the game and I thought the first half was great, right? I thought it was really good. It was a battle of two teams really going at it. Personally, I was going for Philly because of Jalen Hurts. I think he has a really great story. And I thought it'd been like a nice FU to Nick Saban, right? Because when he was at Alabama.
Yeah, he got benched. That's right.
He got
for
benched
Tua,
at Alabama,
right?
For Tua, who was also in the NFL as an NFL quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, right? So he got benched. Then he still won a couple championships. Out of the 3 years that he was at Bama, he won 2 of 3. Then he left and went to Oklahoma, where he was a Heisman Trophy candidate. Like, he's sitting in the room. So I just thought, and it's been a testament to his perseverance and his dedication and his determination, and even to his skill set. So I thought it'd been nice for him to get one. So I wanted Philly to win, but I thought the Chiefs would win, and they did. And I thought the Chiefs would win. Oh, go ahead.
He's pretty. He is good. He set a record for most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in a Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts will be something to contend with.
Hold up,
yeah, because even in that division, Giants, Cowboys, Commanders. I think he's the best quarterback.
Well, he'll be around for a while, but 2 things. One, I felt like this was Philly's first trip to the Super Bowl, right? And it's just
Well,
the jitters. Well, I mean,
they
I'm talking
just
about for
went a
him.
few years ago and won, but
No, I'm talking about
new
with him though.
team.
Yeah,
You're
new
right.
team,
You're right.
right?
You're right.
So I felt like there would be that, a little bit of those jitters, a little nervousness, right? But the Chiefs, this is their third trip in like 5 years,
In 4 years,
right?
yeah, 5
In
years, yeah.
4 or 5 years, and they won one, they lost one. I'm like, yo, these guys are not gonna let this slip through their fingers because they know that they can either be 2-3, looking at like being one of the better teams in NFL, like in history, or they go to 1-3, and now you look
Right.
like you're one off, right? Like you're lucky, maybe, right? So
I mean, that's the thing. You can't count out Mahomes, and he, by hands down, now he's the best quarterback in the league.
oh, easily. But hold up though. Mahomes did his thing. I'm not taking anything away from him. But can we please give some credit to the offensive coordinator? Because the plays that they call, that shit where they like running around him and then jetting out, like that's gimmicky as shit, but it just throws you off balance. And
I mean,
hold up.
that kick return, that punt return that guy got all the way down to 5, that was huge.
Dude, that was huge. And
the fumble return for a touchdown.
The fumble return, right? Capitalizing on turnovers, but also don't get it twisted. Those 2 touchdowns where the guy is wide open. When you watch that play, that's a hell of a play. I think every NFL team is going to be like, oh, yeah, we'll be snatching that. We're going to steal that play. Because
that's another thing. Andy Reid, man. That's his coaching staff, man.
That's his coaching staff. So my man goes into motion in the backfield. He's running hard like he's about to go to the other side. And then the defender, every time the defender's passing him off, and then the dude stops and comes back. And the whole defense is shifted, and he's over here by himself. I was like, yo.
I think that was an Eric Bieniemy. Yeah, he might go to another team. They're already the Eagles guy, offensive coordinator, is already interviewing today.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Like it's like next day, dude. Like get in there. Time to interview. All right.
So yeah, props to the Chiefs, man. I just don't like all the gloating though. I mean, even your boy Kelsey after the game.
No, Kelsey's he's over
annoying. The top. Not one of you picked the G's to be the champions, and look where we are now. It's like, dude, you just won the game. Let the game speaks for itself, bro. Like, shut up. We don't need to hear you talking about you didn't believe in me, and now look at me. Look, it's like, no, your actions being there has done it. I don't need to hear you, right?
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so did you see this? This is funny. This Eagles fan loses his shit during the kickoff, the final kick.
Damn, they didn't have the TV mounted.
Dude, he's like smacking on the shit like Fred Flintstone trying to get in the house.
Yeah, I don't even know how to respond to that. Yo, you just gotta walk away, dude. You just gotta walk away, man. That's terrible, bro. I don't even know how to respond to that.
That is crazy as hell. Right? I mean, that dude definitely needs therapy, man.
Yeah, that's definitely some therapy. He needs some help. But now he done his team lost and he got to buy a new TV. It's a double whammy.
Yeah, I lost so much money. You just lost more. You gotta get that TV fixed.
Yeah, you gotta get that TV replaced. And for the people who live there, I'm like, yo, you might want to mount your joint on the wall. Just have your shit sit up there.
I never inviting that guy over again.
You heard your boy was like, man, it's just a game. He's like, ah.
Yeah, I don't care what we're watching. We could be watching a church service. I'm not bringing him over ever again. He's like, the priest pronounced it wrong. It's amen, not amen.
The service wasn't long enough. This is crazy. That's crazy, man. I'm sure that happened all over the country. And the killer part is, yo, man, the TV is just a messenger, bro. Right? Like
he's taking it out on him.
He's taking it out of the TV. Yo, that's crazy. Yeah. I saw what was coming down. I was like, yo, when the Chiefs came out, actually, I even called it at halftime. I was like, yo, when Pat Mahomes aggravated his ankle and he was kind of hobbling off, I was like, yo, is my man playing possum? Like, is he playing it up?
I think he got fucked up. You could saw it.
No. I think he was messed up. But what I'm saying is, psychologically, if you're the other team and you see that Pat Mahomes is hobbling, then there's a little part of you like, oh yeah, we kind of got this. This could be like San Francisco 2.0, right? All over again. right? Knock the QB out. Now we got to deal with the backup. Like, oh, we got a cakewalk. So maybe a little bit of the edge kind of comes off a little bit. But hey, man, the Chiefs came out to play on the second half, and hey, they deserved the win. They did their thing. So props to them.
Yeah, it was a good game, man. It
yeah,
was a lot of back and forth, high scoring game.
Yeah.
All right. So now Reggie wanted to talk. So we were gonna have this guest, but we didn't. But that's all right, because then I was thinking I found some stories Reggie wanted to talk about. The Congressman George Santos. So if you know him,
Dude, we're starting to sound like morning radio.
Yeah, dude. Anytime we say his name, George Santos is you know what that's from?
I don't.
Well, we should have like a little game to see who could come up with what I took that from. It's pretty cool. Okay, so let's go. So here's a couple things about him. All right. First
I
off,
read about him this morning. Like, I was
okay,
like,
so his original name was Anthony DeVolder. You know that?
yes. Hold up. I just read an article that said one lady in the area from the district that he represents, she goes, "We don't even know his real name." Like, who is this guy? Right. But he just used they're all his name, but then he's using different parts of his name. Like,
right, because there's also an Anthony Zabrowski, a George DeVolder, and a George Anthony DeVolder Santos, which is his real name.
So he's using different combinations of his name for whatever reason, right?
So
okay, good.
Here's another one. He claimed to have many degrees, including an MBA from NYU, and worked in top financial firms. Later, he admitted he never graduated college.
Good Lord. I thought you were going to say he got his GED from high school. Okay, he never graduated from college.
He claimed his mother was inside the South Tower at the World Trade Center on September 11th, 2001. She was actually in Brazil on that day.
She wasn't even in the country. She was not in the country, folks. You know what he could say is he could say my mom died on 9/11. Like, was she in one of the buildings? Not technically, but that day she died in my heart. Yeah. Right? Like at that moment, that's when I became estranged from my mom. So she died to me personally, but not physically on 9/11, right?
Another one, of course, he said he was Jewish. He was a grandchild of Jewish refugees who escaped the Holocaust.
Good
but
Lord.
It turns out he has no Jewish ancestors or connection to the Holocaust at all.
And by his words, he said, "I'm not Jewish. I'm Jew-ish."
Yeah. You know what I say to that? All right, so
dude, hold up though. This guy, before you go on, let's just examine this, right? First off, this dude is talking about he's got credentials from a very prestigious university in New York, right? That's a lie. 2, he then pulls the heartstrings on the most tragic, the only terrorist, like the most tragic terrorist attack, not only, but the most tragic terrorist attack in the country where people have died. We still to this day, every year, never forget. So he says he didn't just lose a family member, he lost his mother.
Well, he said she was in the tower. I don't think I think he was saying she survived. Oh, she happened to be there. Whatever. It's all total bullshit.
But even still, though, he's still he's tugging on the heartstrings with 9/11, right? And then he takes it a step further and he goes, "I'm of Jewish descent and I lost ancestors in the Holocaust," right? Like genocide, like one of the worst things that's ever happened in the history of the world, right? Among tons of other genocides that have taken place all over the world. But that is obviously one that is, come on, man. This dude he literally just looked at a history book and like, okay, let me pick out every horrible event. I'm surprised he didn't say that his dad was, I'm surprised he didn't say his dad was, his dad was in Vietnam, right? And he was in action, right?
I thought his dad was the guy from the Addams Family, because I feel like he kind of looks like Pugsley here.
That's funny. It's funny. And then hold up, let's take this a step further. This guy, George Santos, he was a cross-dresser, or he was a drag queen.
Yeah, and he
Right?
lied about that doing that. So wait, there's more. I got more, dude.
Okay, please.
He
Let's run it down.
he ripped off the Amish to some dog breeders.
Oh,
He
that's
got
right.
some dogs and they wrote a check for 15 grand that bounced. So they ripped off the Amish. He said his checkbook was stolen.
Oh, boy.
But it was signed by him with puppies, but he says it wasn't. Another thing, the other day, did you see when what's his name? Mr. Mitt Romney
Mitch
was like,
Romney.
yeah,
Mitch
Mitt Romney was
yeah.
like, you don't belong here. And then he was like, yeah, he's totally not a good person or whatever. And then he was saying that the other woman, the senator, Kristen Sinema from Arizona, you know, the one who like sucks. Well, for the Democrats, actually, she's kind of like on the bubble. But he said she was walking by and said something to the effect to him, like, hang in there, buddy. And he told that to Newsmax, you know, the shitty right-wing channel. And he said, thank you, Madam Senator. And then her people came out and said, yeah, it's a lie. She didn't even talk to him.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This dude is compulsive. This dude is compulsive. Dude, he's a compulsive liar.
Mm-hmm.
He's a compulsive, habitual, like unrestrained liar. I mean, the only person I can compare him to that lies this much is probably DT, right?
Donald Trump.
Donald Dump, whatever.
Yeah, he's
I
a total.
I don't like saying his name. It makes my stomach hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, so those are a lot of his latest lies. Let me see. Do I have
Oh, wait, hold up
else?
though. Don't forget about the 365,000 or something that's missing from his campaign fund.
Oh yeah, so here's the thing. Here's the big thing, and this is the big problem and the big question is people don't know where his money's coming from. So his okay, so people don't know where his money's coming from. 2 years ago he ran in 2020 and he said his income was $55,000. And now he says 2 years later his income is $750,000. So right there, dude, total suspect.
Wait, 55,000 to 755,000. So what, a $695,000 leap?
No, you said 5,000, 645,000 leap.
Oh, I'm sorry, 645,000. Are you serious?
Yeah.
I thought you said he made 750,000.
Yeah, for that. No, 750.
That's what he's making.
Oh, you're right. Oh, I'm sorry. No, wait.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was like, my math is right.
695. Oh, I thought 700. My bad.
No, 750,000 from 50,000, from 55,000 to $750,000 in 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's selling that ass.
Now, so then they're trying to find out the donors, and they don't know many of the donors. There is one donor, Rocco Opepe Di Sano, an Italian national who was caught smuggling undocumented migrants into the U.S. in 2019 and pleaded guilty and is serving 3 years supervised release. But he donated to this
Good Lord
guy's campaign.
That's terrible. This dude, he's dealing with criminals, and he probably got an OnlyFans. That's where he does. That's where he dresses up. He's got a
so that's the thing, though. People don't know he's a puppet, and they don't know who's pulling the strings. That's what's scary.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, dude, can you imagine? That's a hell of a leap, boy. 55K.
And it's just so like nobody likes you. It's so obviously fake and gross, but everybody, all that matters now is if you're right or left, and they need the votes. So they're just going to let it slide. You know, they even put him on committees, and even he was like, well, I can't do that now. But it's just gross, man.
It's gross. I read an article this morning about one lady in his little district where she was like, I guess she used to be a Democrat, and then she converted to become a Republican so she could vote for DT. Vote for DT. And then she voted for this guy, George Santos. And she said, she goes, I don't care about his personal life. I just care about his politics. She says, and I quote, I would take 10 of him over one Democrat. I'm like,
yeah, see, it's just like it's just all division out. People don't even know what people stand for. It's just stupid.
Exactly. It's like, ma'am, you don't even know his real name, right? Like everything that he's told you has been a lie. So why would you even, but whatever, man. It is what it is. This is the world we live in, dude. I swear to you, it's the world we live in. And what's gonna happen? Like, when is it gonna change? Like you just said, they just want the votes. They could care less
Right.
about anything else. So as
Right.
long as that's it,
That's what it's become too. I mean, like, that woman that represented Omar in Minnesota, like, they just like, let's take her off all the committees because we can now. You know what I mean? It's not like
right.
it's just ridiculous, dude.
Yeah,
It's
pretty awful.
ridiculous. But so anyway, yeah, that's your boy. He's still there. That's your boy, George Pugsley Santos.
Why you gotta be my boy? Yo,
You wanted to talk about him so bad.
I didn't want to talk about him, just that he exists in the world and he's doing some crazy shit. I feel like we need to at least expose this dude on some level.
Oh, did you see the latest, Reg? We could talk about some news here. The U.S. were being attacked by balloons.
Yeah, and China's like, yo, that was a little aggressive, popping our spy balloon. I mean, our weather balloons.
Yeah, don't pop our balloons.
Don't be popping our balloons. They're like, yeah, but I hear those balloons are huge, man. They're like the size of like 2 school buses or something.
Yeah, that one was big. But now there's these other ones, because then they shot the one down over
the U.S.
Where was that first one over?
They shot
Alaska.
It down. Yeah, but then they shot one.
No, Montana. The one was over Billings, Montana, which it has one of the big nuclear sites in the U.S.
But they didn't shoot it down over there. They shot it down, like they let it go a little ways, and
right, so it wouldn't hurt anybody. But that was the first one. Then they shot
Right.
one in Alaska. Then they shot one over Canada, and then yesterday they shot one over Lake Huron, the Great Lakes. So that's 4 in a week and a half, and the other 3. They said they're smaller. They're like, they don't even know what the one in Alaska. There's conflicting reports between pilots. They said it's the size of a small car. Nobody knows anything. So now it's all like, what's going on?
We got balloons, bro. We're getting attacked by balloons.
I mean, I ain't afraid of no balloons, but
hey, man, China,
Alaska, the one in Alaska, I think was over like an energy area. So definitely there's some spy and shit.
Yeah.
That's all. They're in these random areas, and it's funny. China knows where the defense missiles are in Montana. I never knew about that until this week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know there's a site there. Well, China does. They got a balloon flying over it.
Jeez. And they keep saying it's for weather. It's a weather balloon, right?
What you need to know the weather in Billings, Montana for?
Exactly. Yo, man, the Chinese, they don't care, bro. Hey, look, there's this whole philosophy that exists in the world. I would much rather apologize than ask permission. So it's like, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. And then at the end, I'll say, my bad.
Right.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I ain't mean for my balloon to go over your nuclear site or your missile launch pad and you know what I'm saying? Like your military base or your weapons depot. Sorry about that.
Right.
Yeah. Nah, they don't care, man.
Did you see the new trailer yesterday for the Flash movie? That one looked interesting.
I did, and I have to admit, I like who's at the helm now? Gunn? What's his name?
Yeah, I don't know. Is he doing this one?
Yeah, well, he's in charge of DC now.
So but this
James
movie,
Gunn?
it seems like it was already made before they made that decision.
I don't know, but I just know that I watched the trailer and I was like, yo, this looks like a DC movie I'd want to see. Very reminiscent of Spider-Man and the multiverse and all that kind of stuff and timelines and
let's see, they don't
Doctor
have
Strange multiverse of madness or whatever. But yeah, man,
they're not really mentioning his where's Gunn? He didn't direct it or anything.
No, he just I think he's like Kevin Feige over like
he's overlooking it all.
Yeah, like Kevin Feige is over all the Marvel properties. I think that this guy James Gunn is over all the DC properties.
See, this is what awesome. This is what makes it cool, though, is Batman. But this is what I feel. I feel like we've already seen this done in Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's very reminiscent.
It's exact same. It's just like whatever Marvel does, we're gonna do it after them. So they did Avengers. We better do Justice League. You know, they did multiverse. We better do that with the Flash. Bring back Tobey Maguire. We'll bring back Michael Keaton. Yes,
exactly. But the problem is this, and I talked about this yesterday. The problem with DC is that in their effort to try to keep up with the Joneses being Marvel, they haven't done the same legwork, meaning they haven't laid down the same foundation. So by the time Marvel got to their Avengers, we knew who Iron Man was, who Captain America was, who the Hulk
There's
was.
multiple movies.
There's multiple movies
that
true. Had their origin stories where there was some overlap, and we could see why they came together and what made them work well. The Thor movie, right? We knew all these characters individually, so when they came together as an ensemble, we knew who they were. Justice League shows up. It's like there's Batman, a different Batman from all the other Batmans we've seen. And then there's a Superman and a Wonder Woman. But then all of a sudden there's a Flash and there's a Cyborg. And it's like, yo, who are these dudes? And then Aquaman kind of shows up. And you go, why? We don't even know. Why are you guys willing to work with each other? And you don't even really know each other, right?
I mean, I guess they tried with Superman, Man of Steel, and Batman vs Superman, but that's different. It's not the same. And you're right. I mean, I think though, if you think about it, Iron Man was 2008. That's when The Dark Knight Rises came out. So that was like where they were at their peak. You're like, yo, and then they had to do Bane in 2012 or whatever it was. So I guess it took them a while then. Marvel was already flying by then. So then they try to catch up with this new universe, but we're all used to Christopher Nolan, and you're trying to quickly turn it around. And I mean, and it's funny, dude. I like the comic book. There's a comic book by what's his name? What's the guy's name? Frank Miller, and he does Batman versus Superman, and that's kind of what they based that Ben Affleck movie off of. And the comic is amazing, but the movie tries, but it doesn't really capture it the way you want it.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't hit you the same. I mean, think about it, man. Over the years, and let's just be honest, for everyone out there who's over 35, these movies aren't for us, because we've seen George Clooney be Batman. We've seen Michael Keaton be Batman. We've seen Val Kilmer be Batman. We've seen Christian Bale be Batman.
Adam West.
We saw Matt West way back in the day.
Adam West.
Oh, Adam West be Batman back in the black and white days. We've seen
color.
Hold on, we've seen Ben Affleck be Batman, and now we've seen Robert Pattinson.
That's right. That one was fine too.
That's 7 Batman that we've seen, right? That's 7. And then we've seen Jared Leto be Joker, and then we've seen Joaquin Phoenix be the Joker, and then we saw the best one of all, Heath Ledger be Joker, and then we saw all the other Jokers
Spanish
in the
guy
previous...
from the Adam West days. I forgot his name.
Okay, there you go. It's just like there's no continuity, and then they're talking about trying to have another Batman. Dude, it's like, take your time, figure this shit out, do some legitimate origin stories, be patient, lay down a nice firm foundation, build some continuity, and then redo Justice League with characters that we are invested in, that we know what they bring to the table, what they do well, and how they complement each other. That's it.
I mean, the new Joker sequel is going to be cool with Harley Quinn.
Okay.
It's a musical.
It's a musical.
Yeah, Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn.
Wait, so now there's a new Harley Quinn? Is that even gonna be the Harley Quinn from the Suicide
Squad? Margot Robbie? No, it's a different. But Joker's not part of that.
Yeah, I know.
That's what's his name? Todd Phillips.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so
this is just so funny. There was
issue.
No superhero movies so long ago, and now there's so many in so many different genres.
And hold up though, and then with all the different dimensions and the different Earths, right? The different timelines, you can legitimately just come out with a different whoever you want and just say, well, this one is from a different timeline. That's why this is guy's here now, because he was in Earth 750 and this is Earth 616 and then Earth 3. It's like,
it's a bit much, Reg. It's a bit much.
But back to what you said, the Flash trailer looked really good, right? And it looked like a movie I want to see. So I'm gonna go check it out.
Yeah, I mean, it looked cool. It looks like a bit done, but whatever. It's cool. It's cool. Whatever. Flash was one of the better characters of that Justice League movie.
I guess so, but I gotta
tell you, the Wonder Woman movies are great.
Oh, the first one was phenomenal.
The second one, joint, again, all this wackiness. I'm like, just make it simpler. Bad guy fight good guy.
Yeah, exactly. But hold up though, the whole thing with the Flash, I'm not sure how much of a fan I am of the running,
His little
right?
running.
The running. It's like,
There's always
he just
electricity floating around him and shit. You know who does the
exactly
best is what's his name? The fast guy in Marvel. Who's in Magneto's
Quicksilver.
son? Yeah.
Quicksilver. Yeah, when he does it, you get the feel that he's fast,
Like
right?
that one he does in the X-Men movie was really cool. The
Oh,
second
dude,
one.
just where he's
But
like
then they
running
did it
around.
again, the exact same thing as the third one, Apocalypse one,
Yes,
which
yes.
that movie sucked. Oscar
Like,
Isaac as him.
I like when he moves because he's like he's all over the place. But then when they slow it down and it's
Yeah.
we get to see the speed. Yes, exactly. And he's kind of coming through, and not the DC one, the Quicksilver one.
Oh, Quicksilver's cool because he doesn't run. He just like moves. So he runs, but he just is like,
Yeah, he's
he's
kind of
moving
like,
stuff around. He doesn't need to do this with his arms.
yeah, exactly.
Like the Flash.
I'm like, what the hell is this shit, man? Come on. Like, show me somebody moving fast. Like, I want to see that shit. I don't want to see and then electricity around him to look like he's
Yeah,
going
it's just
fast.
it's too much fucking CGI sometimes, man. I don't need all these lights and lens flares and
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. This is how it works. Like, there are some things that appeal to you and some things that don't, right? For example, Marvel appeals to me. DC, not so much.
that's a lot of people though. They're the
Yeah,
favorite.
exactly. And like, I like the way Marvel tells their stories. I like their characters. I like how the characters are developed. I like the characters' personality.
It's
right?
funnier too.
And it's funny. I just like the names of the characters. Now, look, I know at Marvel you got, Spider-Man and Iron Man, right? But the DC names, dude, they're just whack to me. They are whack.
What Batman?
You got
Ant-Man.
Batman.
What's the big deal?
I know, but Ant-Man resonates better. So Batman, I can deal with Batman. Batman's okay, right? Martian Manhunter, way too long.
I don't even know what that is. That doesn't
Exactly.
count. Nobody knows who that is.
Yes, they do. He's a big time dude in the DC world. Who else do they have over there? I can't think of
Superman, Wonder Woman. It's fine.
Steppenwolf or Steppenwolf or
he's
whoever.
stuck. He's sunk.
He's stuck. Dude, it's like the names just kind of suck. Now I'm good with Aquaman and Wonder Woman and Superman and Batman, right? But it's like the other names are characters.
Well, you're trying to go off of these crazy ones, dude.
All I'm saying, man, is that I like if it came down between cars, give me an Acura over a Nissan, right? Like I just don't. I like the Acura symbol. I like the Honda symbol. I don't like the Toyota symbol. I don't like the Nissan symbol. Like I look at the two side by side, one appeals to me more than the other one. It's the same thing with these Marvel, with these animated or these superhero companies. Marvel just appeals to me. Their characters appeal to me more. So.
I'm trying to look up bad Marvel character names. Marvel has a million fucking.
Well,
here we go.
There's Adam Man,
right? Malekith. He was in
Malekith.
He was in Thor: The Dark World. Dormammu.
No, it's not
Malekith.
It's Melek.
See, even you don't know.
No, it's Malekith. I can't say it. All right. I can't say it if I see it.
Oh, look, the 10 worst comic book characters in Marvel. Ooh, this looks good. Leather Boy.
Yeah, that's awful.
Hold on, let's share this. This is funny, dude.
That's terrible.
All right, let's see.
Leather Boy.
You get out. What the fuck is this real? Hold on, dude. Share screen.
To our audience, hang in there. We're geeking out a little bit on our Marvel shit. Oh, see, this had to be a time period piece though, because that's definitely
Leather Boy. He's dressed up all leather.
Yo, he's got
Your
a
side of
ball
Leather
gag.
Boy makes his way into the Great Lakes Avengers team. Scare nothing more than a bad joke. Never even heard of him. Okay.
Yeah.
There's 3D Man.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible. That's pretty awful. 3D Man.
Hell Cow. Just let that idea. Cow vampire.
He must be in a
once teamed up with Deadpool to take down
I was gonna say
Kilgore.
Yeah, he's a Deadpool character.
Bird Brain.
That's hilarious.
What is Bird Brain? I wonder if Michael Keaton would be in
Asbestos Lady. Shut the hell up.
Asbestos Lady.
Asbestos.
Fireproof clothing. Ruby Thursday. in
Instead of
Captain
Ruby
America.
Tuesday, instead of Ruby Tuesday, Ruby Thursday.
Dr. Bong.
You would like this guy. This is your
Someone clearly
doom.
enjoy the greener side of life. Possesses no innate powers. He's a genetic engineering genius.
Yeah.
Litterbug.
That's funny.
Litterbug is a mutant who possesses human strength and claws. Paste Pot Pete.
Okay. You know, they invent these characters so they can get killed, right?
Yeah,
You
right.
gotta,
Hindsight lad.
he's got mirrors. Look at he's got side mirrors on his helmet, bro. So he can see behind him. That's hilarious. That dude
There
got
was
killed
this
immediately.
guy
Wait,
in,
hold on. Was that number one?
Mm-hmm.
He was number one. Okay.
Hindsight
Like,
lad.
yeah, you know, you gotta kill somebody in these stories. They gotta be superheroes, right? So why not give them the worst names ever? Give them like, you know, four appearances or 4 books and then just kill them off, right?
Yeah.
They get hit by buses and shit.
Well, there was a it's funny you bring that up because there was this guy named Film Freak, but like you said, he needed to die. Oh, here it is. Oh, this is it. And Bane kills him.
Yeah, he has to die. Right. There's got to be somebody for the bad guys to kill or for somebody to get killed so that it doesn't impact the whole world. Like they show up out of nowhere. They're minor players, right? At best.
Okay, here he is. Here's Film Freak getting offed by Bane. And look, his little earrings. They're little film canisters. Film reels.
Clump, clump.
So, yeah,
Yes.
dude.
There you go.
Anyway, there it is. So there's your little geek off.
Yeah,
that's the trailer.
Those guys have to go. You gotta, and if you're gonna kill them off, why not give them the worst name ever? Litterbug, 3D man.
We should go. Yeah, this is funny. I'll have to do some editing. Maybe we'll show all those.
Paste Pot Pete. Yo,
terrible.
Call me Triple P. Paste.
Yeah.
What's that? Paste Pot Pete. Oh my goodness. Like, please, dude. I think
I'm just saying, dude. There's bad all around. When there's that many,
yeah,
you're gonna have some bad ones.
But DC has like some of their main characters are bad. That's all I'm saying. But you know, whatever.
But no, you're not. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman. You like all those? Those are the main
okay.
ones.
Those
Flash.
are okay. They're okay. It's just Hawkman and Hawkwoman, Superboy,
well, Hawkeye.
Superboy and Supergirl, right?
Well,
Superboy and
you
Supergirl.
know,
The Wonder Twins back in the day. Who else was there? There was there's Atom Man. Like there's just a lot of you know, it'd be like Tree Man, Stick Man.
You gotta throw
Rock
man and woman at the end of everything.
Yes, Wood Man, TV Man, right?
But then they come up with names and they're insane.
Like,
you know.
Right now for this, if I feel like this, if DC had a chance, they would call us podcast men.
Yeah.
Welcome the podcast men. We come out. We're podcast men. Right. He's podcast 1, I'm podcast 2. And together we're podcast, you know, men. Yeah, men. So all right, man. I guess that's it. It's time to wrap it up.
Yeah, wrap us up, Reggie.
Okay. Hey folks. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. We were having a lot of fun. Hope you did too. We're going to keep doing it. So please keep visiting us. And there's my music. And now my tone changes and my delivery changes because I need to match the music. And so with that being said, thank you for tuning in. We're really excited. We love that you guys check us out. We hope you enjoy it. And yeah, please like, subscribe, and share. And with that being said, that's Sal Kalani. I'm Reggie Steele, and this is Spitballin. Peace.
Whoops. Hold your peace.